Lottery Fenom was good, everybody. Was good. How y'all doing today? I do ask that y'all hit the share button right down below. Let's get this video out to everybody across the globe. Again, man, the system is flawless. It never fail. And we're going on and on and on. Shout out to everybody. I mean, every single person that's ready for their book 3. That is truly, truly amazing. Shout out to you. Much love to everybody that, continue to contribute, show me love. And don't forget about me when they hit big, And y'all, believe it or not, that's saying a lot. When you can hit big and still double back and then show love after that, that's major. And I say that for a reason, because the small wins are the most humble, generous individual of the small wins. Whether it's just a quad or whether it's a triple. It's the people that hit, not too big, that do the most giving. All the big ticket items, man, I don't think I hear back from them at all. So the little do you know, the person that hit for 270,000, yes. The person that hit for 270,000 have not been in touch with me since. After they told me that they're going to make sure they bless me, they're going to bless me with a couple thousand. They've just been adios. Like, I haven't seen them or heard from them. They contacted me about 2 weeks after Five Dimes closed up. Was letting me know they ain't forgot about me. They're going to make sure they bless me. Ever since that, I ain't heard from them since. But again, it is what it is. I know they may be under a lot of pressure with that type of money. Most people, they're new to that type of money anyway it goes. So I can't tell them exactly how to manage it, or I can't tell them exactly how to, don't forget about the small people that helped you get there. So I'm not in their shoes, but I haven't heard anything back from the person that won 270K. I messaged them last week, say, hey, what's going on? What happened? And, hopefully, you still, on earth with us, or whatever the case may be. Who knows what's going on? So I got a couple interviews I need to do with that individual. That's another reason why I reached out. So not more so of, are you going to bless me, out of that 270K? More so, let me go do interviews with you. You be on my right-hand side, and we doing interviews together, because the news and the press is going to hear from you. They want to hear from you more than anybody else. Not mentioning the people that won 20,000, 30,000, and they're still active, and I can still reach out to them anytime I get ready. They're going to hear from that person that won 270K. So I'm going into 2021 meeting with these book publishing companies at the end of December, early 2021, so they can publish this book number 3 and have the rights to book number 3. Again, they would love to hear from you, the person that won 270K, if you're still watching me. Again, I told you I'm trying to turn that into $1 million. Not just 270K. I'm trying to get that to $1 million for you. And of course, I'm going to get my publishing deal. That's going to be worth a couple million by itself. Not to mention Numerical Water dropping 2021. The app is going to drop 2021. The book publishing company going to have the right to the app. They're going to have the rights to the Numerical Water and the rights to the book. So with the app, I want some of my main contributors that always show love when they hit to get a percentage of the royalties from the app. So those big contributors, the ones that have sent in over 1,000, the one that sent me over $800, I want y'all to get a percentage of the app. So I'm gonna see if I can work that in the deal when I sit down at the table and we talk about the rights to the app and the rights to the book and the rights to the Numerical Water. So if y'all can bear with me in everything y'all do for the private group, the number one people I always talk about, everything y'all doing for the private group, I want y'all to get paid from uploading y'all information on the app. What y'all feel is good, what y'all feel y'all like for that month or for that week or whatever it goes. But I will be in touch. So if you're a big contributor, I will be reaching out. We did get quads in Michigan, thank God. Listen here. Y'all are just truly amazing. I had some people knew for a fact that the quads were going to hit Michigan. And they said bet any sports capped it at a certain amount to where they couldn't bet anymore, or they couldn't bet further, or they couldn't even get a bet in. So, you know, out of all the people that contacted me after the Michigan hit the quads, man, they'd get telling me everything. Look, they wouldn't let us play. The stores, we couldn't play in the store. They had maxed out at the store, so they couldn't play it locally, and they couldn't play it on betting any sport. So I was amazed. I was like, oh my God, that is the beginning of breaking bet any sports. They capped the quads. I don't know what they paid out on bet any sports, but Michigan did pay out, I think, about $5 million. About $5 million on that quad. But they were just sitting back waiting on that quad. They already knew it. It was too easy. The ratio had everything to do with that quad. The ratio and the run mates. Ratio and run mates. So if you ever see me mentioning run mates, that means the elementary stuff had everything to help you bring out that quad. So when I tell you, from draw to draw, it has a lot to do with base numbers, mirror numbers, flip numbers, but more so to do with running mates than anything. From ratio to ratio, it has everything to do with the trip triggers. Ratios and trip triggers are twins. So anytime we're really focusing on a ratio, we're literally just waiting on the trip triggers to fall within that ratio. We're not really worried about it for a series. We're not worried about it for the base number. We're not worried about it for the little wins. We're worried about it for the major wins, the quads and the trips. Both of them are one and the same. So that's all we're looking for. So we're looking for that same thing to come out, that same language of a quad and a trip to come out in a trip trigger. And that's why I say the ratio is more so for the trip triggers. That's why book 2 is all about ratio and trip triggers in the 5 grids also. Book 1 have its own set of 5 grids. Book 2 has its own set of 5 grids. And you just combine both if you like. But everything is a philosophy tied into the next. So it's no one single philosophy that doesn't tie into anything. Every philosophy that is mentioned in this book is tied into the other that fact checks each one. So you can cross check that system to match up with that system, that run mate to match up with that system, base numbers to match up with the trips, series to match up with the base numbers and trips. Everything correlates, everything cross-reference each other. This is not an opinion. None of this in this book is an opinion of mine. It's all based off of logic with my system. So that's what makes it super flawless. So, again, they ate up Michigan. I mean, they ate that up and they blessed me. A lot of people blessed me, and I really, really appreciate that love, y'all. Y'all are showing out. Ohio, they was waiting on that like it wasn't no tomorrow. They already knew that was finna triple again. They sitting here telling me, and I'm like, yeah, if you follow the rules, you're going to get it again. So, the way, of course, I'm going to go over Michigan, but let me get Ohio out of the way. Then we're going to get ready for your tomorrow. So, we're going to get ready for the third. You already know why I love the third more than the second, more than the fourth. So, you already understand why I love the third. If not, just go replay some of my videos. What's good? What's good? How y'all doing? Usually, everything really runs in sequence. Everything runs right after the other. Every state triples or quads right after the other. Understand what state your state follows. Understand what state your state follows most frequently. That has a lot to do with it. Understand how your state like to bring out its doubles. Do your doubles like to fall after number 5? Do your doubles like to fall after number 7? Or do it like to fall after number 2? Understand that. And understand run mates. As long as you understand your run mates, you can't go wrong. Because that's mostly everything to do with every single draw. It has something to do with run mates. So let's get these trip 2s out of the way. Now you'll say, well, October 31st, trip 2s fell in Ohio. Did that fall off of the 694? Not so much. Of course, if you put in the 694 inside your grid, you can easily get a triple. Usually you'll get trip 9. Trip 9s will flip into trip 2s. That is not important. The most important part is to remember anytime you play any triple, you play all triple. You never just play one triple. If you're gonna play one triple, don't play triples. It's not so impossible or so right on the money that you're just only gonna play one and it's gonna always be that only one. No, they're gonna go out with the one that's the least amount of payout. So if triple fives is a $8 million payout and triple threes is a $3 million payout, they're gonna go with triple threes versus triple fives. Even though the system is calling for triple fives, but still it's any triple. They're all one and the same. 333 is the DNA of lottery. So 3 is every number. That means it's a triple inside every number. So that makes it, when you're playing triples, to play any number. And that's just the way it's orchestrated. That's the way the system has it. So you always want to play every one. Of course, more numbers, more different triples going to pay out differently. So always know that they're going to go with the least payout. And that's that on that. So a lot of people, when I say, I only played this one triple, I only played only two triples. Play them all unless it's capped to where you can't play the rest of them. But always play them all. We talking about a quarter bet to play them all. 50 cents in the corner store. And you mean to tell me you're only going to play one? So when a triple hit, you're going to say, hey, I didn't get it because I only played one. When we already know elementary, we played all of them. We don't even need a book to know that we played all of them. Again, trip twos fell flawlessly. If you look at the ratio is a triple trigger. That means one specific number you can look at from your ratio will alert you that that day of was a trip trigger. So on the 31st, it was asking for a triple. They could have gave it to you in another form. They could have gave it to you in a base number. They could have gave it to you in a series. They could have gave it to you with the number 7 leading. No matter what number follow it, if that number 7 is leading, that's another form of saying a triple because it's the quirky number. So they end up giving it to you in a triple. And that's exactly what they're supposed to do. So that's the third, fourth triple Ohio has got since October, if I'm not mistaken. But that's why I said they already knew they was waiting on it. They already knew it was coming again. Most of the time, base numbers stop it from giving out another triple. But again, base numbers can heighten it to give another because it's a base number. It's the twin to a triple. So sometimes, very few times, it can give out another because every state don't get but one triple during triple season. When it's in triple threat, it only gets one, and then they go about its business. So if they luckily to give you another triple within an X amount of draws, within X amount of draws, you're supposed to get another triple because it's in triple threat, but they're not going to do it. So when the ones that do it, all you're doing is paying attention to the ratio. You're not having to totally pay attention to your grids. You couldn't take 694, throw it in the grid and say, okay, I'm ready for that one specific triple. No, it's the ratio. The ratio says this next draw lines up, this next day lines up with a triple. This whole day, whether it's 3 draws, 4 draws, 5 draws in one single day, that trip trigger landing in that ratio says that current day of it's a triple day. Not only that, the date will alert you that it's a triple day. Not only that, the 4 draw cluster will alert you it's a triple day or it's a triple drawing because it's, if you go back 3 draws, that was a base number. Or if you go back 3 draws, that was a run mate double. Or if you go back just 3 draws, it was a trip trigger. And that'll alert you that it's time for your triple, that drawing of. So it's more of a triple threat. You're looking for more than one reason why it needs to highlight a triple that day of. Put that in your side notes. You're looking for more than one reason why it needs to triple that day of, specifically in that state. Just don't go off of the last number was a base number. Well, if the last number was a base number, the next draw needs to be a triple. It don't always work like that. Most of the time it will. 6 out of 10, but it's not supposed to work like that. They got to make it tougher and tougher and tougher. That's their objective. So if I put it out, base numbers is a trigger, or base number is a triple identifier, then they're going to slow that down as the years go along. So all we're doing is learning trip triggers, learning ratios, learning what other instigators can bring out a triple that day of. Not only the date, not only 4-draw clusters, not only the ratio, not only a trip trigger. All of it combined. So that has something to do with everything when it came to trip 2s in Ohio. Also trip 1s. That ratio for trip 1s on the 14th of October was flawless. That did only say trip 1s. I'm sorry. I know I just said that it's not supposed to say what one specific triple is supposed to be, but that ratio during trip 1s said trip 1s. So that's a rare occasion, but it will happen. And their triple right before trip 1s was those trip 5s on the 15th. Trip 5s on the 15th. And that ratio was trip 5s also. Rare occasion, but it will happen. So if you take that ratio, put it in your 5 grids, you will see your trip 5s. If you take that triple on the 14th of October and put it in your ratio, it will say trip 1s. If you put it in the 5 grids, it will say trip 1s. So that is awesome. And trip 2s is right there, right on the money with the trip trigger. And the ratio before that was trip 2s. So not only one ratio. Oh, and not to forget the act up number. We can't forget about that act up number. That repeat number is a giveaway. It's really an obvious giveaway for majority every state. Now you playing those 1-draw day states, they're gonna take that thing into another 30 draws. I don't give a dang what it is. If they repeat it today, their next triple may not be till January just because they repeat it today. That's just how long it takes for a triple to come out in a 1-draw a day state. That's why I do not like playing in 1-draw a day states. We only get 1 draw per day. Okay, so really quick, we'll go over the Michigan quads and get right into what the third is going to be. Well, we already know what the third's going to be. You already know what I like for the third. Oh, look at Ohio getting 955, finally. Ohio midday was 955, finally. Thank God somebody's dropping 955. 9 and 5 is a run mate, so that's a run mate double. How many draws after the triple? Not that many. So, yeah. Let's go over to Michigan. And it's going to be briefly because that is an obvious quad. Oh, they got 7-11 today? No, they didn't. They didn't get 7-11 today. Michigan's got the 189 and the 288. Not bad at all, Michigan. 1 up and 1 down. 1 up and 1 down. The 8 did carry over. So monitor the carryover number. When you go draw to draw, monitor that carryover number. That's phase 1. Phase 2, play the day's date. Always include a number 2. So you already got a carryover number. It's the 8. Today's date is the 2nd. What else is left? Double it. Single number it. Base number it. 288, 228, 285 base number. And I think that would be the only 28. Yeah, 285 is that base number. Yep, I think that's it. So, yeah. And there's not many base numbers to play. It would only been 285. But then you got the other numbers with the number 2 involved, the other base numbers, 269 and 259. 269, 259, and 258. You only need those 3. If they already fell, cancel them out. And that's it on that. So Michigan some people say Michigan is tough. Michigan is not tough. They have a way of just dropping numbers that have low payouts. But they're not tough at all. Oh, the 3459. 3459 is so underrated, y'all have no idea. Because that's two different methods included into one number. Even though we only play 3-digit inside pick 4, 3459 is such a great number because it has two different systems involved in just that one number. 7044, base number. You always got to get a base number not too far from your triple or your quad. You always get that base number. Saying that since 2018, the logic has not changed. If a number doubles, then it don't count. It's only one single number when you're playing pick 4. So 7044 is 704, base number. So to be very brief, right before the quad hit, it was, the, you can say the act up number, but it was the twin. If we put that into if we just say what it means, you're just going to get a quad regardless. All those numbers, it was 1773. 1773 fell on the 31st, and the first was the quad, 7. 7 is not a number, it's a quirky number. 1 is not a number, it's a quirky number. 3 means triple. So 1 is not a number, 7 is a quirky number that means quad or triple. Since you're playing pick 4, it means quad. So that's 3 numbers that do not matter. So the last number that mattered was a number 3. And the number 3 means triple, so it's just saying quad 1s. Or in reverse, quad 7s. And that's exactly what it gave you. Because 3 is not a number, 1 is not a number, so technically the only whole number is trip 7s. Well, it's the number 7. But to not sound cliche, you could have got it from quad 1s. You could have got it from quad 3s. You kind of get what I'm saying. So if 3 represents triple, that means triple the number next to it. That's trip 7. And then you already got a double 7, so that's quad 7. That is exactly what it's saying. But to not always sound right, let me break it down in another form. 7 is not a number. It's a quirky number that means quad. So the only whole number would be number 3 because the 1 is not a number. You need the 1 to turn into another number. So the most weakest link number there, the weakest link is the number 1. X that out already. So now you have 773. 773, that's double 7, so take out one of the 7s. Now you only have 7 and 3 to work with to call it the most dominant number. So out of 7 and the 3, 7 will be more likely dominant because 3 only means triple. It means something else other than just that 3. 7 only means quirky number. It can be base number. 7 can represent series. 7 can represent triple. 7 can represent quad. That's what I mean about quirky. That's what I mean by quirky. So that means that it's still a whole number 7, but it can spark these systems. So the only other variable would be that number 3, but it means triple. So that means trip 7s with the 7 that's already there is a quad 7. So that's exactly what it means. But you could have quad the 1 and could still would have got quad 7. You could have quad the 3 and still would have got quad 7. That's just how picture perfect that number fell. Now, if you go back to the ratio was a trip trigger. You're only playing 3 digits. A trip trigger is only 3 digits. We're only playing 3 digits when we're playing 4. So minus the 4th digit, that ratio number was a trip trigger. 2 ways that we know a quad needs to fall. 3rd way was the exact run mates. 4th way was the 4-draw cluster. The 4-draw cluster was 451, 4516. That was the draw right before the 1773. So that's 1773, 4516, 1804, 0175. But technically it would be 1804 because the 4th draw would be your quad 7. Quad 7, 1773, 4516, and 1804, which is the base number. Because 0 is not necessary. 4 only means quad. It don't get no better than that. You can take it back to 0175. 0175 is a quad initiator. Through and through. 0 not a number, 1 is not a number, 7 is not a number, 5 is not a number. So it was saying quad. From that 4 draw, from 0175, those 4 draws was saying quad. It don't get no better. 7173. Yep, that's the act up number. On the 29th, 7173. Wow. There's your act up right before the quad. That's why I say they were sitting just waiting on it. They knew it, and they stopped my players, my book supporters, from going out and getting their quads in. They stopped it early. I mean, they was pissed off. But again, it's easy money. It's free money. What do you expect? They're going to hurry up and try to stop that. Always expect the unexpected. So we're going to move over to the third. Y'all already know what I like for the third. Third is a triple day. That means that if your state is in trip threat, that means if the ratio for the third is a trip trigger, that's one state you need to keep an eye on. Always play insurance on your numbers. If you're playing the trips, play the base number. If you're playing the trips, play the series, 1 up and 1 down. Play the series, because if you say, let's play trip 3s tomorrow's the third. Well, the series would be 345, 342. All numbers that's including the 3. The base numbers 369, 360, 703. These are all the base numbers included with the number 3. Now, these are the hot commodity numbers. That means these are the numbers they're going to want to stay away from. But a handful of states will drop those numbers, especially if it's overdue. If you're overdue for a 7, then you definitely want to look at trip 7s or 703. If you're overdue for a 3, then of course you want to look for it to land in your state first. Matter of fact, what you would do, follow what Tennessee did. Do opposite of what Tennessee did. Do opposite of what Texas did. So when Tennessee gets the first draw, Texas get the first draw, mimic them. What did they do? Did they do base? Did they do series? Did they do run mate double? Then do the exact opposite, so you know that it's clear in that lane. Play the other representations. If they drop, for instance, 369 base number, well, then you already know your state's probably not going to get the 369 base number. That's one that you get to check off everywhere else. Literally everywhere else. It may be only one more state that will drop to 369. So whatever Texas opened up with 342. Then you know to take off 342. Every state don't play 342. So that means you only got 2 more series to play. 2 series, that's 50 cents a piece. That's $1. If you own bet any sports, that's 50 cents for 2 more series. Same thing. All you're doing is playing trip triggers when it's not giving you a triple, and you're playing those 5 systems. Base numbers, series, run mate doubles, all even, all odd. Well, if tomorrow's the third, we're focusing on all odd versus focusing on all even. If you just got all odd, then tomorrow may give you all even only by default because you got the all odd today, a draw early. So you should have got even numbers today. If you got your number 3 today, that's because they dropped it a draw early right before the third came in. So that still gives you an observation of getting trip 3s tomorrow. If your number 3 dropped in the middle carryover spot on the second evening, tonight evening draw. So that's more of an indicator that they're trying to spill it over until the next draw and carry it over into the next draw, that can end up giving you trip 3s, that can end up giving you a base number with 3, series with 3, run mate double with 3. Think about the numbers, the only other 2 numbers that is necessary to stop the wave. Whatever wave you own, I don't care what numbers you did tonight. So if, somebody did 864 tonight, then you're looking at 5 or 7 to stop that wave. So it don't give you even, bring it all even again. If you did a base number today, you're looking for 5 or 7 to stop that base number. And it's that simple. So are you waiting for a big fish, or are you waiting to hit any number that fall? You just gotta understand what type of player are you, So again, watch the ratio. We mainly only playing trip triggers, especially early in the month because states are in trip threat. So if they're still in trip threat, they're trying to give you trip triggers every other draw to warm it up to give out a triple within the next couple of days because the 3rd, the 5th, the 7th, and the 9th is some of the hottest days for your trips. It don't matter what state. And then y'all know my other one that I like the most, the 9th and the 15th. Washington just got sixes? Oh my goodness. So they got the even? Oh my goodness. Let me double check that. Go ahead, DC. No, they got 366. Unless today's the 3rd. I got 366 on Washington. Oh, Washington State. I'm in DC. Hold on. Well, y'all already see DC and Washington run together. If they got 366 and then Washington got trip six, they sure did. I do have it right here on my screen. Wow. And you see what the that match for? That match four tell it all. Little do you know that match four, that tell it all. That number down there on match four, that tell it all. But it's no way for you to know that in advance because match four come out exactly when pick three come out. So what fell right before that? I think you did say, didn't you call that in the private group, Timothy? I'm not sure. I got to double check. Hold on. Let me pull that up. Congratulations, Washington State. Oh, look at there. Okay. They got their 995 on the 29th. 498, 345, 677, 830, 682, 194. Wow. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now let me check the ratio. Let me check that ratio really quick. Hold on. Okay, that ratio. Okay. It was the act up. Hold on, let me see. One. Okay. Okay. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. That one snuck in there. I like that it came off of the 110. That's a 100 number. But that one, I would have liked to seen the twos. I'd rather trip twos. Trip twos, trip fours. Oh, here's the question. Why the hell did they stay away from that number 6 so much? Well, the last number 6 fell with double 7. Okay. Okay, makes sense now. The double 7 fell with what triple is about to fall. That's an old school giveaway to me. Anytime I tell y'all watch those double sevens or any seven because it falls with the number that's usually going to triple, that's just a shortcut to a shortcut. That's not bad. They didn't do bad at all in Washington State. One. The 830 and 038 was the act up. But that 80's acting up that whole week. So, of course, you played today's date. That would be trip twos. And then you play all trips. So that way you have trip 6 covered. So, always play all trips. Never just play one. When you're dealing with one draw day states, it's like you have to double it. Well, I can't even say that part because that part is also going to be inside book 3. I believe that part's going to be in book 3. I can't say that part. So when you're doing the one draw a day states, you want to understand that, like I said earlier in this video, one act up number, look at that act up number where it started at on the 18th and the 25th, 038-830. Now that ain't bad, because another one draw a day state that had that act up number somewhere on the 1st of October, the end of September. That's where the act up number a start, and they won't give you the triple until the 2nd of November. So they actually didn't do bad at all. And that's so much of what I mean, because they gave you that act up number sooner than what they could have. So that means from that act up number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 draws. 8 draws from the act up number. That's just, again, the act up number is its own philosophy. But if you add the act up number inside with the ratio, add the act up number inside with the trip triggers also, that's more indications that a triple is due. You're using more than just one indication. So yes, they did pretty decent there. I can't complain about that one, Washington. But again, how many people play Washington? Not many. So when they upgrade and go to 2 draws a day, that's when we'll keep them more focused on our radar when they upgrade. Let me try to answer some of these questions. Private group, you have to have book 1 or book 2 to get in the private group. It's a private group for each book. That is correct. What's up, Jacob? How you doing? Just be PayPal or Cash Out ready. 684 fair tonight in Ohio. That's good. That's good money. All even wave on an even number date. All even wave on an even number date. So we won't be focusing on all odd, because all odd would be considered an odd number date. So if by them dropping 684, that's fine. It's only 2 other all even numbers that you could possibly go with it. So it really wasn't that hard. You know, it don't cost a lot to continuously hit. Once you have a system, it don't cost a lot to continuously hit. Here's the difference. A lot of members is putting $15 on one single number, or $15 on three types of numbers, and that's it. And they're getting bigger payouts for these single numbers. So they don't even have to be triple to get triple payouts. And that's what I like most about it. 312 GA tonight. Okay, they did good. One, they did good because of the 2. And they dropped the 2 with the series. Secondly, GA did good with 312 because they dropped the 3rd tonight, right before the 3rd, and that makes it so much more easier for everybody in GA and what to focus on. So remember, series brings series, but in this case of series bringing series, they like to go much higher. Instead of 312 and then bringing 345 tomorrow because it's the 3rd, or instead of bringing 345 or 342 because it's the 3rd, they'll go higher up, kind of like mirroring the number versus just giving it to you with the number 3. So even though the number 3 is still potent for tomorrow, you still want to go higher up to a 8, at least a number 8 tomorrow if you're playing series. But again, double check to make sure that your number 8 fall already in a series inside Georgia. So that Georgia did perfectly fine. So it's not hard to hit at all. These are the type of numbers people put $15 on because it's today's date mixed in with the series. It's not hard. It's not hard for group leaders to get this concept and now tell you they the best ever when they're using my logic. It's not really hard at all. That's why I try to teach you how to fish instead of needing another group leader in general. 531 came in Florida tonight. Ooh, they dropped the 3 first thing the night before tomorrow. So, again, they dropped it right in the carryover spot where it should be. So use that as a tool in your arsenal. Whatever tomorrow's date is, drop it in the middle number the day before. So if your tomorrow is your 3rd and you're prepping for your 4th, drop your number 4 in the carryover position on the 3rd. Last draw on the 3rd, just in case they're getting ready to prep you for your 4th. So let's say you want to play 347 tomorrow. Your 4 needs to hit the middle spot because of the 3, because of the day's date is the 3rd, but your tomorrow draw is the 4th, so they need to drop that 4 in the middle slot. This is how you get a straight box super easy. So again, if they dropped 5-3-1 in Florida, they did perfectly fine because they dropped the 3 right before the 3rd, and they dropped the 5 to stop whatever wave they just got off of. Totally fine. 402 twice today. They may if they drop 402 twice, they may be getting ready for a ratio, on the ratio. So I can't tell y'all the ratio day for the future of the 402, but if you're inside the know, that 402 act up could be for the ratio for that triple for that ratio date in the future. So pay close attention to that. Hey, could you please go to VA 710 day 686 night? Oh, that's good. So that's good. They got the all even wave with the even number double. 6 and 8 stay together like always. That never fails. The only difference is that'll get you ready for a number like a number 0. That'll get you ready for a number like a number 2. It'll represent the double it just fell off of. So monitor what VA did midday, because if they number 2 dropped midday, then they're not gonna probably want to drop the number 2 midday tomorrow. So that's when you go over to your number 0 instead, because of just the way it operates. 686 doubles bring out that one digit that represent double. And what's the digit that represent double? 0, 2, or 5. What's the digit that represent triple? Just the number 3 or the number 7 because it's quirky. So again, that's it. That's all the numbers that represent something else. Every other number is a whole number until you get to pick 4. Now the number 4 in pick 4 represents quad. So it's a neutral number as if it's not even there. So if you got 7144, the 4 is not even there. It's like they only dropped 7 and 1. I think, like for instance, the 7044 base number next to Michigan's quad 7s. It's like they only dropped the 70, like they only dropped base numbers because only one number is needed. Well, one number is taken out, so it's only 704 base number. But again, it's like they only dropped 7 and 0, and they just fill it in with another repeat number, the 7s or the 0. So that, for instance, can be 7000 or 7077 to replace those 2 4s that fell with the 7044 in Michigan. If I'm not mistaken, it's 7044. 6894302. That's Texas. Yeah, Texas is in their own lane. Texas is such a beacon. Whatever I just said for tomorrow, you need to worry about, focus on that for Texas first thing, because they get theirs first. Texas and Tennessee gets theirs first. And now the rest of the states have to maneuver around what Texas does today of. Oh yeah, North Carolina, South Carolina, they own it. They ready. They been ready. Stay. Thank you. Stay on point, y'all. Stay on point. When it comes to quads, those double 7s or the double 2s is so much needed. Double 7s, double 2s, double 0s are so much needed to bring out that quad. And plus the act up number. So when it acts up, hey, Fenom, the number acted up, it repeated. Look at New Jersey pick 4, and then I'll do that. I know you can't tell me if it's the trip trigger, because a lot of people don't have the trip trigger. So whenever it acts up, just alert me, and I'll take a look at it. They dropped 134 in North Carolina. You see where the 3 hit at? The 3 always hits in the carry position because they dropped it a draw early. That's if they did drop the 134. Yeah, so it did come 134. What's up? I see some of my long time supporters. The main reason why I love to go live when the states get a quad or a triple is because that's every single draw. That means that state just reset, and it just reset for the neighboring states that's next to it. So if every single draw is just a triple representation, then all I see is my system falling correctly. So why would I come in on a 179? What I need to come in for to tell you about a 179 when that ain't got nothing to do with a trip trigger, that ain't got nothing to do with a triple. It ain't got nothing to do with a triple. The only reason it would have something to do with a triple is if you throw it in the 5 grids, you're going to get that triple that it's associated with. But if the ratio is not a trip trigger, so you got to think of it like this. I can't go live and say, well, we got the trip trigger right here, y'all. You know why I can't go live and tell you we got the trip trigger right here? So we're getting ready to get a trip because you don't have the trip trigger knowledge. Like I can't give you the knowledge publicly. So I can only give you public knowledge. So how easy it is to hit. This is primarily because I started 2018 going live with triples because it was so easy to predict the next numbers right after. So my whole forte was going live right with triples. So when you see me, I'm more accurate publicly to make you say, okay, it is a system. It is something involved. Let me go see what his private group is all about, what his private group information is all about. So it's a win-win because it's super easy to predict the numbers right off of a triple, off of my system. It does exactly what it does, and I'm showing you that publicly. Now imagine what the private information you have to go along with that. So that's primarily why y'all see me more so publicly after each triple, because it just reset it, and it reset it for that area that it tripled or quad in, and it fell flawlessly with the system. So here's something that's already in black and white, and it was in black and white since the start of that book. So when it falls flawlessly, I love to show up and say, yeah, this is why you can't, this is why you don't have those 400 people with books saying, no, it did not add up flawlessly. No, that did not add up. I'm in the private group. I have the book. You would see 400 people saying it. So when I'm showing up, it's like I get to showboat because it fell flawlessly with my system. I get to show you it did. And then I get to show the people without the books how to do the next day and how to worry about the next day and how to hit again without needing a group leader. So I do it for more than just one reason. Trust me on this. They're not telling y'all this stuff for nothing. They're not telling y'all this for nothing. And thank you so much for the blessing. Book 3, here's the issue. This is why I'm trying to get pre-orders done for book 3. Because with this contract already, you already know I got to make a new contract for book 3. With our contract already in effect, the book publishing company can't void our contract. So if I want to give you book 3 for X, Y, and Z, when they get the rights, because I'm going to start shopping for the rights of the book in December, when they get the rights to it, they can't say, well, I want $600 for book 3, but you gave it to Jack and Jill for X, Y, and Z. And they can't duke you, like they can't really get over on you because you already got a contract. So what I'm saying is they can't breach the contract. Give me 1 second. My light about to cut off. My damn PlayStation going off. Hold on 1 second. Let me get the light situated. So, oh, come on. I got the lights connected to the PlayStation. It just cut off on me. It's about to come back in 1 second. So, when we have the contract, it's already set in stone. They can't overpower the contract. So, that's why I want to go ahead and pre-orders. So whenever the book company gets the rights to the book, they can't charge you $600-$700 when we get it already contracted out for X, Y, and Z. So I can say, hey, give me only a contribution of, for example, $250. Give me a contribution of $250. They can come back and say, well, Fenom, the system is too flawless. We don't want to sell it for no $250. We're selling it for $500. So now we got our contract at $250. Everybody that's not in the know going to have to get their book at $500 because that's what the book publishing company put it at on Amazon. And that's what the book publishing company put the water at on Amazon and the app on Amazon. They own all of that rights. So from the point of we're signing our contract, everybody else has to pay whatever the publishing company wants to, set the price at. But at the same time, this is where I say it's best to pre-order. So when the publishing company gets a hold of it, they can't skyrocket the contribution, and they can't do you no type of way because it's already in contract. So these the people they can't touch. Everything else they can have, and that's all it is. It's a way to do everything, y'all. And like I say, book 3 is gonna be major. It's gonna cover so many topics. Man, I can't wait. I'm super stoked. So I got a shop for the book publishing deal. I got a shop for the numerical water deal, and I got a shop for the app deal all in one. And then I got to focus on finishing book 3. So a lot of questions I don't be having time for because I have to set so much dedicated time for each section of what we need to get accomplished 2021. I got to set time for the marketing strategy. I got to set time for the book publishing situation. Everything has its own department and it needs my attention. It's only me and I trying to do all of this at once. Then I got to get ready to go travel, meet everybody in North Carolina, meet everybody in South Carolina, meet everybody in Georgia, meet everybody in Florida. I got to do all the traveling around December. So yeah, in December you have to pre-order. It's best to go ahead and pre-order because I don't know what the book publishing company is going to put the price point at. I can't tell you it now because I don't know what's the finished product. The finished product will let me know, okay, it's going to be a contribution of this. I can't just say, hey, give me X, Y, and Z now because I got to wait for it to completely finish to know what it's supposed to be and what it needs to be. And then I got to leave a little wiggle room for the book publishing company to charge more. So they said, well, Fenom, if you ain't even in no book publishing, you charging this, then I know this multi-million-dollar book publishing company can charge double that. So that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to leave some wiggle room so they can do they want to and upcharge. That's why I say I'm a man of the people. They about their dollar. So pre-order is your best bet. Yeah, I already went over the South. I already went over Michigan. I went over Florida, not Florida, but yeah, I did go over Florida also. Michigan, and I did go over the triples in Ohio. Again, the system is flawless. Everyone that showed love after they hit, thank you so freaking much. That meant a lot to me, y'all. Cause there's some people that hit for 270,000 and I ain't heard from since. So again, y'all contributions, y'all showed out. I'm sure they're gonna keep their word and come back and show love to me, but just think that $270,000 winner ain't gave me $1. Ain't gave me $1, man. It baffles me too. So much love to the ones that do continuously show love after they hit. And book 3 pre-orders will be ready in December. I just gotta finish it and all that good stuff. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for the blessings. Thank y'all so much for the love. Hit that share button. Follow me on YouTube. It's Brett Registry. Let me tag that in there. Follow me on YouTube, Brett Registry. All right. And I about to get up out of here, finish up, and I will see y'all tomorrow. That is my YouTube page. Make sure y'all follow me there. All right. Much love, much love.